Babylon is falling. It's definitely circling the drain. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Akakra Dash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great males in the world. Well, I am not a member, however, I have entered into their labors. Peace and mercy to the sincere brothers and sisters, students, wherever you are, whatever your life may be. This is quite a lengthy rant, but I'm going to do my best. We're just going to pause when we need to pause, get scripture when we need to get scripture, or I may paraphrase scripture and then grab certain ones just to kind of, I'm short on time, at the plantation, but I wanted to get this out because this is a sentiment of most of us, or really these Edomites. This is not an Edomite. I'm a go ahead and go out on a limb and say this is a Jake. And, but these Edomites are feeling the way that Jake has been living since we got so-called free, right here in Babylon. It has never been enough, but we've been able to figure stuff out and we've been able to make it, right? And that is a part of the balance, all right? When the Lord put the curses on us, he also kept us, being a great people. And when I say great, I mean, like giants, great in deed. And when I say indeed, I also don't mean that we were good or we were righteous. It's just he gave us that wherewithal, the know-how to get things done, making something out of nothing. And that has been our legacy. Because the so-called superior race who has to sabotage and disenfranchise and, all kind of manner of things legally, right? Frameth mischief by law. And all of these different things to keep Jake down. When I say Jake, I mean the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. And it does not matter what you look like. If your forefathers go back to the aforementioned people, and even furthermore, these scriptures, the Bible resonates with you, you are indeed a Jake. Now, I don't know, of the 1/3 or not. Well, none of us really know that, but we are striving. That's who I'm talking to. And he is a perfect example. Although you can see some Jake features, because I got a cousin that looked just like this mug, and there isn't a so-called white tea person in his immediate family or whatever. But let's go ahead and let him do. Actually, hold on. Before, let's open up with the scripture. This is Haggai. Now, this is them, the Lord chastising his people because they were doing it big but not rebuilding the temple. Don't you refresh on me either. Okay.
I genuinely do not.
Yeah. But I'm going to get straight to the point here. It is in 6, right? 5. This is what Yahweh of hosts says. Look at what's happening to you. You have planted much, but harvest little. You eat, but are not satisfied. You drink, but are still thirsty. You put on clothes, but cannot keep warm. Your wages disappear as though you were putting them in pockets filled with holes. This is what Yahweh of hosts says. Look at what's happening to you. Now go up into the hills and bring down timber and rebuild my house, right? Then I will take pleasure in it and be honored. All right, God fucking...
Hey, listen.
You can't get no damn where with this bullshit. There we go. All right. So, yeah.
I genuinely do not.
Now, this. I don't know who this guy is. This may not be his particular situation. But, aside from the curses, this is also Jake's problem. It's all that get the bad culture. Now, but the scriptures do tell you, give me food convenient for me, right? Give me neither poverty nor riches. You need just enough to where you won't forsake the Lord when that, inevitable, injectable for the detectable comes. But also, you don't want to be in, destitute or abject poverty to where, you curse the Lord. So you just, and that is the name of the game when you are behind enemy lines, right? That is the name of the game in Babylon. Balance, right? Obviously, you're going to stick to things that are within the confines of the law, but there are not with the confines of the law, I should say. Also, in addition to, there are things where the Bible doesn't explicitly say you cannot do, but use judgment. Okay, obviously, you don't want to blatantly transgress. And then, because then that would make you no better than a Christian. And most of us have come out of that. That would make you no better than what you were. right? Where it's you do whatever you want to do, and then sorry, white jeebus, and everything's good. Everything's all is forgiven, right? No, the Lord is a just power. That means that your recompense is whatever you do is by your works. Okay, and if the Lord decides to have mercy on you, right? Specifically speaking on the elect, if the Lord decides to have mercy on, and I say us by strictly by faith and out of humility. I'll just say us. Then it was not anything that we did on our own, and the scriptures too tell you that as well. It's not by works, right? So there's nothing to boast in, only to strive in humility and to seek to put the Lord first. Especially as this place circles the drain, because money is slowly but surely not even going to mean anything, right? So focus on what matters from the jump. All right, the Lord should not be a plan B, C, D, E, F, 1 or 2, 3, and 4. This is it. So let's let him rant, and we'll roughly paraphrase as we go. Okay, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham Yahushua, I do pray in advance. I pray that you are edified. Here we go. But again, this is the sentiment of most, if not all, 80% of the country.
Understand what we're doing on this rock, bro. I know people have their views and their beliefs and all that. I don't give a fuck what you believe. You can believe a monkey can come out your ass at this point. I don't give a fuck what you believe. But I know one thing. I literally do not understand why the fuck we're on this goddamn rock. I do not understand why we're here, bro. I don't get this shit.
Yeah, on a spiritual sense, what is the whole duty of man? Right, the scriptures tell you that. Dang, I'm scared to... fuck it, let's go real quick. That is the whole duty of man. KJV, talk to me. All right, Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear of Yahweh, keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Right? So that is what now, obviously this would be if we were sovereign, all right, and the world was under a righteous rulership. Okay, but even still, that is the whole duty. It is covered in those three things. Because the fear will dictate your actions, right? Keeping the commandments is the action. But on a carnal means, in the meantime, Jacob, go to work, go to gym, stay out the way, pray, fast when you need to, all right? Continue to be in the word and striving to be pleasing unto Yahweh Basham Yahushua in whatever capacity you are in. It is only temporary. All of these jobs, and I get it. And I hate to keep pausing this. I'm going on a damn rant of my own. Yeah, it's the spirit. You know what I'm saying? But I could not get... Even if you had $30 million right in front of me, I could not give any less of a fuck about coming to work and doing all this stuff, and because at the end of the day, I know what's supposed to be, what's coming. So our job here is patience. All right, and to sum it all up, it is patience.
I'm driving to a job I don't want to fucking work. I hate this fucking job. I work night shifts. I got fucking 4 hours of sleep. I just yelled at my wife on the fucking phone because I'm so goddamn tired. She just called about fucking Pep Squad being $600. My daughter wants to do Pep Squad. I can't afford for her to do Pep Squad. I feel like a shitty ass dad because I can't fucking give her all the shit she wants, which means I gotta work fucking harder, probably end up having a goddamn stroke or fucking heart attack trying to work for this goddamn money for what, dude? For a life that I don't even want to fucking live, gang. I don't want to be doing this bitch ass shit. Fuck this goddamn $40,000 car. Fuck the other $40,000 car we have. Fuck her mama, fuck her daddy, fuck my mama, fuck my daddy, fuck all of them. Oh, you gotta get a big house. You need to buy a house. Oh yeah, y'all need to get y'all some new cars. Y'all deserve... Man, fuck you, bruh. You don't gotta pay for it. We're the ones that gotta pay for the motherfuckers. Everybody wants to tell us to buy a house. Bitch, I can't afford to buy a fucking house. Why? Because every fucking check I get, it's consumed by every other thing we have. Every fucking time we get paid, literally if we get paid on a Friday, by Monday, we're broke. Everything's paid for, but we're on our dick again. What the fuck is the point in working? I make $7,000 a fucking month. Damn near working this bitch ass job.
The point of working is when you eventually work yourself into the stroke that you mentioned, and you got to be able to pay for it. Got to keep a job for health insurance because it's impossible to be healthy here. Again, they have polluted the food, the water. Everything that you breathe in, everything that your skin touches is polluted. And they're introducing these lab-grown stuff, these meats, all of this stuff that's going on. And they're introducing all of these different things, and it's to your detriment. Where you are, you are working your ass off for a declining dollar, and the food that you buy isn't even pure. But a Christian will tell you that hell is a place under the ground. You don't know what clean air smells like, tastes like. If you bought a steak, if you cooked a steak right now, you couldn't tell me from one way or another off of what cow that came from, what that cow was fed. Furthermore, you go to these hospitals, right, and then you got these wicked E's that are, they took the hoods off, went and got educated, and now they are in these positions to systematically be your undoing. If this ain't hell, I don't know what is. Continue on, Jake, because you a continue on, black man, and I say that in jest, right? I understand where nobody's black.
And don't see shit from it. Motherfucker, oh, it must be nice. No, bitch, it actually ain't nice. Why? Because I don't got a fucking pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Like Grandma used to say. I wish these motherfuckers would fire me, to be honest, dude. I don't even give a fuck at this point. I take blood pressure pills. I'm fucking 30, bitch. I don't want to work 12-hour shifts, night shift, 14 days straight. Then just to get 7 days off to switch to fucking day shift. And we live in Louisiana. It's fucking 104. My car says it's 104 degrees outside right now. I'm praying that I get this other job where it's literally Monday through Friday, 10-hour shifts, 40 hours a week, $23 an hour. Man, I'll take it, dude.
That's Jake. That's Jake praying for a little relief. Not that the hell be completely lifted, but you only know to pray for a completely lifted hell if the spirit is on you, right? You got to have an understanding of the truth. But generally speaking, right, if we're from a carnal standpoint, all we want is just a little relief. Jake happy with an affordable living, you know what I'm saying? A decent house, decent little place to lay your head, a decent woman. Right, little money in your pocket if you want to buy your little yan, you can. Just simple stuff. And that's what even the scriptures tell you, that Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And when you go into that word plain, it simply just means he wanted for nothing. He was fulfilled. He was happy with what he had. It's the greed of an Idumean is what you see. In that sense, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. It is under their vibration. Everything he needs to happen right now. And there's no love for a process. It's just quick, fast, in a hurry greed. And again, on a carnal standpoint, if the Lord was not to step in, if Eve would have just cooled it in the early 2000s, they could have ran this shit forever, for an eternity. Then your house would have continued forever as you believe, according to the scriptures. Obviously, that's not the case. Never has been, at least not on any timeline. But I'm just saying, to make a point, if that were the case, they could have ruled forever, but they got greedy. The best version of the internet was in the 2000s, between like 08 and maybe like 2013 or some shit. Somewhere around there. Anyway, that's a random tangent. Let's let Buddy keep going, because I also only have about 8 minutes to go, so there are 8 minutes left.
I'll take the big pay cut. I just left the job making $10,000 a month. Why? Because I realized, bro, fuck this shit. What the fuck is the point in this goddamn life, bro? Honestly, dude. You can't afford fucking healthcare. You can't afford fucking groceries. Cars are so goddamn expensive. You make one fucking mistake on your credit report when you're 19. I got a car repossessed. I can't fucking get a car. Bro, I drive a fucking Kia K4 2026. I'm paying $700 a fucking month for this stupid bitch. Because my credit got fucked up because I made a mistake as a boy. When I was a boy. The fuck?
Again, unrighteous. That's even... Let's take going to jail, right? Some folks have had the misfortune of getting caught doing dirt or whatever. They go to jail. Now, after you've paid your debt to society, you should be able to continue. Granted, depending on the crime now. Depending on the crime. But generally speaking, you've paid your debt to society. Why do you now have to continue down a path? I mean, and very few do make their way out of it, but they continue down a path to where they like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go back to jail. It beats sleeping on these streets, especially if you're down here in the South in the summer. It's hot. And in recent years, unbearable. I am no stranger to heat, and even I'm like, God damn, what the... It feels like you're on a grow light. Anyway, let me let him continue. So like, I keep pausing because the spirit keep jumping up in me to say something. So I what the scripture say about groping in the noonday, right? Again, a part of the curses. But the beauty of it is that these Edomites, these average everyday Joe Smo Edomites throughout this country, they are getting the Jake experience. It is turning over unto them. It's your turn now, buddy, according to Lamentation. Right? This is just the start. You only getting a glimpse of what's on the way for you, because remember, you supposed to be rendered double.
I was a boy, a fucking child. Didn't know no better. I wasn't raised with financial literacy. I wasn't raised to be taught about credit and how you have to protect your...
By design.
Credit. I grew up in a fucking poor-ass Italian family. Mom was a fucking druggie. Dad was a kingpin. Raised in an all-black neighborhood by my granny, bro. I grew up in the fucking hood. We weren't taught about shit. We weren't taught about nothing. Except family's everything, and don't let nobody punch you in your fucking face and not do nothing about it. And don't let nobody put their hands on your child. It's about the only thing I was fucking taught growing up. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? We got fucking people, bro, like, this system is rigged for you to fail, bruh. And that's just all, like, dude, this shit is lame. Fuck.
Set a mark upon them that sign and cry for the abominations thereof, right? Ezekiel. That should be. Especially when you're in the truth and you know how things should be, right? Much wisdom, or wisdom and understanding, or I believe as the roughly paraphrase the scriptures say, wisdom maketh the wise man mad. What's that? Let's see. Go ahead, resolve it. Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. So it is. But there's a scripture that talks about through much wisdom is much grief, or something like that. 1:18. Yes. For in much wisdom, Ecclesiastes 1:18. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increases knowledge increases sorrow. Right? And knowing how things are supposed to be, and then you realize you've been duped, you've been woke, you wake up and that initial jolt out of the matrix, you are pissed. Everything that you were taught to believe is and was a lie. You've built your entire life off of lies. And then the same motherfucker that lied look at you and tell you should be much farther ahead now. Ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Let's listen to about 30 more seconds and I gotta roll. And then we'll that'll be the video.
I don't want a Conan Sig. I don't want a Bugatti. I don't give a fuck what Andrew Tate has. Fuck all the goddamn elites. Fuck all the fucking billionaires and trillionaires and gazillionaires everywhere, while fucking the little old peons like me and you are fucking literally living to work, bro, and working to fucking live, dog. What the fuck?
He shall be the head, and ye shall be the tail. Right? We won't lend, we will borrow. But that hope is in what's to come. And that's a hard thing to hope in. If you are able to take a step back in your carnal mind and look at yourself in the truth, you can see it sounds crazy. But that's what faith is about. And there hasn't been a single thing that can, as far as coming up against this truth, that has effectively came up against it to make you doubt. And it shouldn't. Because there isn't anything that would come up to make you doubt. This is the truth. And if you do have some doubts, pray about it. James 1:4 tells you, you can't be wavering. Right? Whatever you ask for, the Lord gives it liberally. But you better ask with 10 toes down. Of course, I'm roughly paraphrasing. You can go read James 1, starting about the 4th verse. So be happy. It should be, you should be of the spirit that you have this understanding and that you know that this, all of this will come to an end in a very, very near date, in a very near future coming to you. That's what I was trying to say. I can't get my words out because at this point, he done got me riled up. I get to think about this stuff, and it's like I don't even know what to say. You don't. And the only saving grace is that hey, at the end of the day, all of this will be over, and it'll be as if you have woken up from a terrible dream. And I, for one, I can't wait. No more chronic pain. All right, no more paying taxes to fund unspeakable acts. No more worrying about if your child goes up the street and you can't see him or her out of the view of the front kitchen, so you running out there panicking. No more of that. It's almost done, all right? And that's according to Lamentations. That's what we'll end on. Lamentations 4, to be exact. Because if you have any understanding, if you this is hell. And for some of us, your woman ain't even your woman. It's just your turn. And now you sitting there patiently waiting for her to fuck you over. Because you know it's coming. That ain't my hell personally, but it is other brothers. And at least every man I know has been through it some way, somehow, some shape or form. So meditate on all the BS when you think about, damn, I'm scared. What if I fold and take the CHIP? Why, nigga? Why would you? For what? To exist in a land with no real food, or in a society with no real food, a bunch of brain dead jackasses? I'm already over on time. Let me finish this up. This is Lamentations 4:21. Rejoice and be glad. He talking to us now. That he's switching over to E. O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz, the cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom, and he will discover thy sins. And that cup is being passed to you. You only sipping. You only taking small sips right now. But the Lord gonna turn that cup over on your ass, and you gonna have to gulp it everything down. Call her lawyer. How about you, man? Shalom.